Dressing up for you a little bit today. It's not really dressing up, but I'm wearing long sleeves. It seems a little more formal. I don't know. Than a guy walking around in a t-shirt and his PJ pants. Maybe a little more formal. Actually, I have some PJ pants. I haven't cracked them out yet. They must still be clean in my bag, my red and black checkered PJ pants. Maybe I should bring them out. Maybe I should change for you for this show. Maybe this, maybe that. So many possibilities. So many questions. Let me tell you this morning, it's more than questions. It was worries and fears. I was terrified. Got my jeans and my socks. They're just going to go right there. I'm not going to put them away right now. They'll be on my to-do list. It kind of bothered me. You mind if I hang up these pants? I'd feel better if I hung up these pants. I was so proud of my jeans that were hung up yesterday. They're not hung up today. And I don't know, if I don't take care of that, I'm going to lose that little nugget of pride I had yesterday. Good morning, Kenny. Good morning, Josh Ogrand. I'm really letting you in. I'm really letting you in. Why do you watch this guy's show? Why do you watch this guy's show? Well, let me tell you. He starts the show by hanging up his jeans in the morning. Hello, Ricky T. He hangs up. Oh, this is nice. This is the first moment of almost ecstasy I've had today. And granted, it's early. Uh-oh. I'm on TikTok. TikTok. It is like, I get a lot of mean things said about me, but as far as the nice things that are said about me, good morning, Roger. One of the nicest and most consistent things is that it's like Mr. Rogers. It's like Mr. Rogers. Hold on. Speaking of Mr. Rogers, we weren't really speaking about this, but I turned the air conditioning down a little low this morning. I don't know the Mr. Rogers song offhand. If I did, I would sing it as I put on my slippers. Oh, RJ, you're going to be very disappointed about that. RJ wants to know how my chicken dish was. It's still in the fridge. Don't tell the chefs at my new restaurant that I haven't eaten their chicken dish. They will be offended. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It is August 8th. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbor. That's the Mr. Rogers song. That's true. It's true. See, all you had to do was give me the title. I'm still shaking the fog out of my head. I mean, I don't want to steal Mr. Rogers' song. Maybe I could come up with a version of my own. I could hire some great songwriter. He could put my thoughts into some kind of charming sort of song that I could sing as I'm going through, as I'm microwaving my coffee, and pouring my coffee and sitting down and drinking my water and rubbing my face to wake the sleep out of my head. But anyway, as I was saying, it is Thursday morning. It is August 8th. It is about 6:22 a.m. Happy Thursday. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some experiences, sharing a little bit about life, sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, kind of sharing some feelings. I don't want to share my feelings with you this morning. I woke up terrified. Oh, yes, I did. Last night was my second day of training at a new job. I don't want to say just a waiter position to belittle it, because it's a perfect opportunity for me in a perfectly awesome restaurant in a perfect location in downtown Naperville, the town I've called home for the last, be it about 16 years now. But I still woke terrified this morning, as it was my second day of training. And maybe I ate some peanut M&Ms before I went to bed, and maybe the extra sugar that are in the peanut M&Ms threw off my chemistry a little bit and made me not sleep as well as I would have liked. Good morning, Jeremy. As a matter of fact, there's no maybe about the peanut M&Ms. That was a definite. I got home from my second day of training last night at about 10 o'clock, I think. Ate some egg salad that was left over in my fridge. And said, that was pretty good egg salad. Probably had enough. But I wonder how many peanut M&Ms are left in that bag of party-sized M&Ms. There was more than I thought, and they were delicious. And I ate them, I went to sleep, and I had a pretty good night's sleep, but I woke up a couple times terrified. I think I'm still terrified right now. I was serious about my terror, because a lot of times, as you guys know, I'll go to sleep listening to meditative music, kind of drifty, kind of hypnotic stuff, kind of talking to you or telling you a story. And last night I was going, I need more than drifty meditative music. I need biblical verses. So I went to sleep. I found something that had this big, strong voice talking to you and reading little passages out of the Bible. And I will tell you what, there were passages I wasn't familiar with, but they were words that spoke to me and were probably meant for more serious troubles and serious issues and life and death struggles and health issues and housing issues. And my issues seemed rather petty at the time, but they were very real to me. And I think that's part of what it is when you have anxiety. I'll tell you guys in a little bit what I was so scared of. And you'll go, oh, you were being silly. But to me, at 3 a.m, I wasn't feeling like I was just being silly. I still don't. But anyway, Billy Jank wants to know where I have been. I have been alternating between a couple different social media platforms and testing waters on a different location, enjoying growing an audience on different social media platform. But honestly, I was there for 2 or 3 months, and I missed some of the names and the people and the interaction and the possibility that comes with being live here on TikTok. I'll often say some things I don't love about TikTok, but the one thing that's nice is, although there's only 11 people watching, this platform does seem to have the ability to put your message whatever it is, your content, in front of a very large audience when they choose to. And there will be times when I'll be sitting here doing a live on TikTok, and I have 11 people watching right now, but it'll jump up to 50 or 200 people, and I don't know what my message is or what sort of value this is, but I don't know. It feels cool to cool to be talking to 200 people at times. Feels cool to be talking to just 11 right now. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, and I've been talking way too long. Sometimes I get a little long-winded on my show and I get distracted. And I know you guys are all sitting at your homes wondering, gosh darn it, Ken, this story's boring the crap out of me. This story is boring the crap out of me. Can you please just get to the coffee? Can you please just get to the coffee? And for those that are out there that were just going through those emotions, rest assured, I'm working my way to the coffee. For those that have been watching a while, it's not just a show about me talking and sharing my feelings and sharing my fears and life's ups and downs and how I slept. For those that have been watching a while, it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee. And by the way, somebody somewhere out there remind me that the bag of pumpkin spice I bought a few days ago is running a little bit low. And that during my journey, will be my day before I go in for day 3 of training tonight, which scares me to just say, I need to stop, or I get to stop at the store and buy a bag or 2 more of coffee. But anyway, I'm excited to have my first sip, and my hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, hello, Salvatore, you got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. It's pumpkin spice. The weather's cooling a little bit outside. It was a beautiful day here in Naperville yesterday. I did a fair amount of riding on my scooter. I don't know, maybe 20 miles, but it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day to be out. It's a little breezy, but it was sunny, and I don't know how warm it got, maybe 80 degrees, but it was just a gorgeous day. Looks like we might have another one of those days today. Let's have another sip. Oh. In the back of my head, I'm going, why do you do this coffee talk show? Why do you do it, Ken? You could just sit here and drink this coffee and go stare at the wall. But I've been cursed with these immense gifts. I'm talking to the voice inside my head, in my voice now. I'm sorry, voice inside my head. I've been cursed with these immense gifts of making conversation with the telephone and some words on the phone that come by. And it feels good for me, and it puts me in a good mood, and it puts me purposeful, and my audience grows. And they pay me the big bucks. Not they, you, but the social media platforms pays me tremendously to do it. Tremendously. Roger Leone has my itinerary. Let me see, hold on. Let me go back to Roger's itinerary for me today. He says, number 1, eat chicken dish. Number 2, stop at store to get more pumpkin spice. I will be getting more pumpkin spice. And RJ commented that I should pick up a bag of Cinnamon Dolce and Sumatra. Both great selections. Both great selections. How am I enjoying the job so far? I think, my fears, let me tell you. My fears are I'm not going to be good enough to do it. to be honest with you. I'm working as a waiter at a very, I don't want to call it high end because it's not as much high end as super cool. And the dress for the waiters is fairly casual, and which I was surprised at because I applied. I wrote in from Yellowstone. I was working in Yellowstone for the season. I was there about 2.5 months, and I rode in last week and pulled into Naperville on Friday, checked into an extended stay, got a good night's sleep, woke on Saturday saying, okay, I got a job to do, and the job I have to do is finding a job to do. And I had a vague plan that I was going to go in and walk into some of Naperville, which is a beautiful town of about 150,000 people, not too far from Chicago, and find a job. And I did. It feels kind of cool saying it. Because, again, you can do it when you feel confident and you have purpose, and you know you're pretty good at something. And you know you are going to work hard and do your best and have a good attitude and bring a positive energy to a place of work. And again, I talk about it a lot. No matter what you do, if you work hard and you bring a positive attitude and you have a positive energy, people are going to like you a little bit. And people are going to want you around and more likely to hire you. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm trying to give you the key to it all. The key to it all. Because I'm probably not the best waiter in the world. And but I do work hard, and I bring a positive attitude, and I have a positive energy around me that I don't know, they seem to want. So I got hired and started working on Tuesday. Was my first day of training, and my second day of training was last night. And I was out on the floor working with a waitress that has been there the longest of any waitress at the restaurant that I'm working at. And she's very different than me, but very experienced and very efficient, and really knows her way around everything and knows the answer to everything, and isn't nearly as talkative as I am to the customers, but comes up and knows what she needs to say and knows what she needs to do to get her job done and keep her customers happy and fed and drinking and satisfied and keep the business going. And I'm watching her do her job going, wow, I do it totally different. Wow. And then I'm noticing, hey, it's kind of getting busier in here. And I'm in my mind going, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, she's got 6 or 7 tables going right now. And she's juggling all these thoughts and all these things and all these orders and all these drinks and all these things she has to do. And I'm trying to watch and listen and observe and learn. And because I wasn't the one writing down the order and it wasn't my responsibility to bring out the food or the drinks or whatever, perhaps I lost some of the details and had a harder time keeping track of how she knew what she was doing. But either way, she handled what to me seemed like a fairly busy night with very great calmness and composure that I'm afraid I don't possess. And that was my fear during the night. That was me waking up during the night going, holy crud, this is a very professional, clean, efficient, cool restaurant. I'm me. Is me going to be good enough? Is me going to be able to keep up? Is me going to cut it? And I prayed about it. I had gratitude about it. I was listening to biblical passages last night about it. And I sort of soothed my nerves by listening to those passages, saying, hey, sometimes you don't feel you can make it, or you're going to get through it, or you're going to survive, or you're going to do this, but you keep going and you have faith, and I don't know, do your best was in there, but I threw it in, and it's going to be okay. So I wake this morning, drinking my coffee, talking about you, having my confidence somewhat shattered. Okay. I was sitting there for a while looking for my waitress. I'd gotten distracted on a task I was doing. I was looking for my waitress because I'm supposed to be shadowing her, and she's not that tall, and she's behind some of the tables that are being fed and talking to somebody or whatever. I couldn't find her, and I'm looking out, and some guy sees me, and he goes, what are you, the security? Are you the security guard? And I see him, and I have a guy kind of chatting it up with me, and he said a 5-top or a 6-top, and I go, why, yes, I am. I'm here to watch you guys. And then I pointed to an older woman at the table, and I go, I've heard bad things about you. I'm keeping my eye on you. And they all got a big kick out of it, and started laughing, and started talking to me, and I explained it. That it was only my second day training, and I was supposed to be shadowing this waitress, and I couldn't find her, and he goes, you look terrified. I go, I'm not terrified at all. And I said that with great confidence, because I wasn't, and I wasn't intimidated, and I felt I could go up to this table and be me, and be confident, and be humorous, and be, again, me. And he said, what are you, the hammer, or are you the nail tonight? And I thought about it for a while, and I said, well, I don't know. But I guess if you don't know if you're the hammer or the nail, you're probably the nail. And the table thought about it and go, wow, that's the best answer I've ever heard to that question. I was like, well, you should stick around. I say some good things from time to time. And he literally wrote down my name and said, I'm going to ask for you next time I come in. So my point is, maybe I won't be as efficient as the woman I was training under last night. And maybe I'll get a little flustered from time to time and have my hair on fire and feel like I'm in the weeds and I can't keep up and I'm not doing a good job, and all the questions and all the doubts and all the thoughts and all the fears that I live with every day, and that other people apparently do as well. And but maybe if I'm just me and I bring me, which is a witty, hardworking, friendly guy with a generous smile, to my customers every night, my customers will be happy, my restaurant will be happy, I'll enjoy what I'm doing, I'll probably make potentially a ridiculous amount of money and be able to cover my financial responsibilities and enjoy myself while I'm doing it. Tara Jacobs said, I am enough. And Tara, that's well said. But again, we struggle, or I struggle with that feeling that, wow, she's nothing like me. She did it this way, and that's not how I do it, but her customers love her. And maybe God put that table watching me and trying to interact with me and get to know me for a reason and to give me some confidence. The customer, by the way, I wear the shirt behind me that Sage green shirt is my uniform. I only have one. I've worn it 2 days. It's laundry day. I'm out of underwear at my home, and I'm staying at an extended stay, and I need to do laundry today. I get to do laundry today. I don't know where the laundry machines are. I believe they have them. I assume I'm going to need some quarters. I'm fortunate and blessed to have a whole bunch of quarters for my journey to Yellowstone saved up. So unless they charge a ridiculous amount for the laundry services, which I still need to find, I'll be okay. And it's nice feeling that you'll be okay. Because as I'm laying in bed, waking up, thinking about the training shift last night, and feeling like a bunch of negative stuff, things are going to be okay. Thank you, Tara. Things are going to be okay. But it is Thursday morning. Again, I'm in training. I'm going to be training tonight, training on Friday, training on Saturday, and I think training on Sunday. Going to work 6 days in a row and get all the training done in those first 6 days. And hopefully be able to pick up a couple shifts next week because the schedule's made 2 weeks in advance. But my boss is a really positive, strong, young, impressive lady with a big smile and big eyes, and seems like a kind person, and is working with me to help me out as much as she can and get me scheduled as much as I need, and I think is there to support me. And the staff I have backing me up, I'd say, is world class because the food is awesome and beautiful. And the drinks are too. I cannot tell you how pretty the drinks are that they serve. They put little things on. I don't know. I don't even know what drink it was. There's so much to learn. I don't even know what drink it was, but it was some drink with a big ice cube in it. And they put little like berries balancing on top of the ice cube. And it was beautiful. Beautiful. What am I training for? Billy Jank, I am just training to be, I hate to say just, and to diminish it at all, because I've really enjoyed it. I got hired on at, I'd consider a pretty darn nice restaurant in Naperville, Illinois, and I'm going to be working there for the next period of time. And I tell you what, I go into a lot of Starbucks, as you know. My coffee's running low. I still got a little bit left. We can keep talking. Oh. Roger, I don't want to be management. I don't want to be... Okay, RJ, I don't want to be management. Roger's saying he's going to put in a recommendation for me to be management at this restaurant. Yes, I think I'd be a good manager. But the only thing more terrifying to me than waiting tables at a fast-paced, high-end restaurant is managing a fast-paced, high-end restaurant. You know what I mean? The customers. There's a lot of customers. And I think what makes it hard for me, I've dealt with some really stressful jobs at I've dealt with really stressful jobs. I've been a stockbroker. I've lost people a ton of money in a day. A ton of money. I've had issues with closings. I've been a realtor for 17 years. I've dealt with all the stress of all sorts of negative things that can go on. Mold in the attic. Catastrophes during the final walkthrough. And it was funny. There was a woman there yesterday, and there was an issue with one of her tables, and I heard the issue. The details don't matter. It wasn't that significant. She was one of the two servers last night, and she was talking to my manager. And I'll be honest, there was an issue that I thought I could have handled. And I said, Would you like me to talk to them, to the customers? I have a PhD in handling issues, serious issues, big problems. I could do it. And she said, no, no, no. And they resolved it on their own. But I would have had no fear in walking up to the table and said, hello, my name's Ken. This is the issue. We apologize, but this is the issue. And I think I would have been able to handle that with no problem at all. Again, I've broken bad news to people since I got out of college. And I've dealt with problems and I've dealt with challenges. But the issue with me and waiting tables is I stress out about getting the people the water. If they don't have water, if their water's not filled, I worry about it. I fret the most minute details. Not the water's a minute detail, because without water, we're in some trouble. But I strive for perfection. And, oh, am I far from perfect. But I have aspirations. All right, well, Roger, you're right about that. You're right about that. And Tara, I appreciate you saying that. And Carolyn Abbott, thank you so much for following the Live Creator. It's fun to be back on TikTok and have some of the names hop on and watching this platform grow. RJ asked, what color peanut M&M is my favorite? For those that don't know and haven't been watching, RJ is one of my best viewers and a good guy. He really likes his food. He really likes his food. He wants to hear the details of, I don't know, everything. And he really wants to know what I ate every day. And okay, here's the honest truth. I don't have the sensitive palate that an RJ might or a lot of people do when it comes to food. Yeah, I love my coffee. But again, I was raised with two older brothers and a younger sister on a limited budget in the 70s, and we ate what was served to us, even though my mom wasn't a good cook. And because of that, I'm not a very picky eater at all. And because of that, you asked me what is my favorite peanut M&M. I have no idea. I have no idea. I eat them by the handful. I get a party-sized bag, and and that's a big bag. It costs like $13 to $15, depending on where you buy it. I eat it in 3 sittings. Therefore, I shouldn't buy too many party-sized bags of M&Ms, because the party-sized bag of M&Ms is probably like 50 servings. Do you want to know how many? Do you want to know how many? Let's find out. Hold on. Hold on. Ah! All right. Here is the party size empty bag of M&Ms. Serving size, 1 ounce. Servings per container. How many would you guess? How many would you guess? How many ounces in this? I'll let you guys think about it. Pulled it out of the garbage, that bag, and there were some coffee grounds on the bag. I see 16 and 8 and 16 and 9. Well, no, there's 38 servings in the party-sized bag of M&Ms. Each serving is 1 ounce. Calories per serving is 140. So let's just say 12 and 2/3, because that's the right, or 12 and a third. or no, 12 and 2/3, I think, servings. If you're gonna finish it in 3 bags, and 12 times 140 is what, like 1680. So we'll call it 1700 calories. So if I'm truly breaking that bag up into 3 sittings, I'm getting 1700 calories of M&Ms at each sitting, which is at least half the calories required in the day. Here's my rationale. Maybe one of those sittings will be a meal replacement. And because they have peanuts in them. And I'm a very active man. I like to think. I wait tables, I move around, I take a lot of steps. I joined a gym. I'm going to be working out today, and it feels good to know I'm going to do that. Because my day this Thursday morning is fairly open to me. And as I talked about yesterday, there's something kind of cool about starting work at 4 and finishing around 10. Leaving the entire day open to me. On a nice summer day, you could go to the pool, you could go golfing, you could go fishing. Or, in my case, you could drink some coffee. You could do some laundry. And maybe you could make it to the gym. And after doing those things, I'm still going to have a few hours to myself to accomplish some various other things I need to do, like go to the store and buy some coffee. And I look at my day laid out like that, which it's not even 7 in the morning yet. One of the biggest responsibilities and pleasures of my day is getting up and doing my coffee show every morning and talking somewhere between 20 minutes and an hour usually. And I'm wrapping that up right now. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrapping it up, but I'm pretty far into it. Then sharing that video on various social media platforms and growing my audience. Because for some reason, 39 people are currently watching me live, drink my coffee, discuss my fetish for peanut M&Ms. My point being, and I never answered your question, RJ. I don't have a favorite peanut M&M. I just go in with the right hand usually and grab 3 to 5 usually M&Ms, and I don't even know the colors. Do they even taste different? Is the candy shell just an illusion of color? Does it have a flavor? I don't think that it does. I couldn't tell. And I bet you, even with RJ's very sensitive palate, if I put a blindfold on him and gave him each M&M, he could not distinguish one from the next. That's my hunch. That is my hunch. Roger Leone wants to go to the pool together. I don't know, Roger. I don't know. I don't often do pool dates with men I really don't know. If your name was something different, you'd have to be probably a whole lot different, Roger, for me to be super excited about going to the pool with you. Nothing personal. We could wear Speedos together. They could match. I'd have to go to the gym before I dare do that. Slip into my fuchsia Speedo bottom. Strut my stuff. I've been to a nudist beach once or twice. I've been on various vacations. In various vacations, you'll be on like cruises with women from Europe. And yes, on the cruise that I'm thinking about right now, uh, I'm thinking back fondly to some of those uh, topless beaches. But there was a time in Jamaica. I went to Jamaica, and I think it was Negril. I've been to Jamaica a couple different times. And we were staying at one spot. I forget the name. Real pretty place, though. And we traveled across the island and went to Negril, I think, because that was supposed to be the big party area. And I was with a buddy, and we were wearing suits, and we strolled out towards the nude beach, not because we were going to go naked. I just don't see. I don't see. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a woman, but I don't see as a man any huge benefit to being naked at a beach. I mean, obviously, there's sunburn issues. And although I've never had sunburn issues on these various man private parts areas, I know I wouldn't want it. I know I wouldn't want it. But secondly, just the sand and the grit and the floppiness. But anyway, my point was there almost seems an inverse relationship on how good somebody looks, you know, probably be it male or female, how attractive, you know, or young or fit they are, and how nude they like to be. Because in the moments I was at this beach, did not lay my eyes on anything that encouraged me to spend any additional time at this nude beach. Do you know what I mean? And yes, I was on a cruise. It was not a Disney cruise. It was, I don't know, Caribbean? No. Big cruise company. Slipping my mind right now. But they had like a topless deck area, not Royal Caribbean. Not super high end, but it was Carnival. Thank you, Mosey. Carnival. It was a Carnival. It was like, I think the boat might have been called Ecstasy. And it was huge. It was huge. I bet it made the Titanic look like a tugboat. But either way, it was huge, and it was an awesome trip. And there was a topless area. And I'll tell you, some of the ladies up there were worth hanging out on the topless deck. I was topless. I was comfortable topless on the topless deck. Works out well that way. It's a good deal. It is a good deal. And, yeah. Oh, that's so good. Do I prefer the Bahamas or Jamaica? RJ wants to know. I would say Jamaica is more wild and more untamed and more jungly and more beautiful in that it has more mountains and I don't know if they're really mountains, but big hills. But it's also a bigger place. I mean, they got Olympic teams. Maybe the Bahamas have an Olympic teams too, but it's a bigger population. Therefore, you can get off the beaten path and away from the touristy spots a little more and back into the backcountry. Montego Bay was the other place I was at. Montego Bay, and we were up in the hills and amongst the population, not just on the touristy spots. And it was an interesting experience. I would say Jamaica's prettier, but the Bahamas seems easier and more Americanized and more touristy and flatter and easier. And for me, I used to go to the Bahamas a lot because of gambling and used to be flown there and put in a up in a hotel to gamble. And my memories of the Bahamas are more memories of gambling and less memories of scenery. So I guess if I was going to compare them both, I would prefer neither of them. Neither of them. I prefer Florida. I would prefer Florida because it's got everything. I don't know. It's got the beaches. The water's not quite as clear, but I tell you what I really enjoyed was taking a cruise and stopping at a few different ports of call. A few different ports of call. I think Jamaica I've done as a stay for a week, but I've also done it as a stop on a cruise. And I thought it was awesome as a stop on a cruise. And I thought, there was, I think it's called, what's it called? Like, I was going to say 7 Mile Beach, but no, I think that's Turks and Caicos. But they have a waterfall that's famous there. And if you stop along the way on a cruise, you can take a tour and you walk up this waterfall and it's beautiful. And I remember that so fondly. But staying there might not be necessary. I think cruises are really neat. Chicago has great beaches. RJ, they do. I like fresh water. I'll tell you what, jumping in, especially if you got sunburn, into salty water and swimming around and just tasting the salt in your mouth. Lake Michigan's beautiful. We're fortunate here in Chicago or in the Midwest to have a huge amount of the world's fresh water, just down the road a little bit. And I think the beaches in Chicago get overlooked. RJ saying the Indiana Dunes. Yeah, the Indiana Dunes are beautiful. The Warren Dunes are even prettier. And it's along the lake, and the water's fresh, and there's waves. You got to be careful because every now and again, bad things happen when people aren't careful, and you got to keep an eye on your kids for sure. But yeah, they're beautiful water here. My preferred roast of coffee. Well, right now I'm drinking the pumpkin spice, and I don't think I could be any happier than with my pumpkin spice. Starbucks pumpkin spice. But I love the dark roast Sumatra from Starbucks. There is a TikTok trend where people are refusing to believe Lake Michigan is not an ocean. Wow, if that's truly a trend, I should head down and do a video. It might go viral. The first thing I'd do is I would bring this cup, scoop up some water from Lake Michigan, and this would probably gross a lot of people out, but it would make it go viral. And I would drink the water. I mean, I probably wouldn't fill it up all the way, but I would certainly drink several ounces of Lake Michigan water. I think the water is actually shockingly clean. It's obviously fresh, which makes it not an ocean. And I think that would end that video. I would go viral. It would be seen by hundreds of millions, if not billions of people. And I'd get a little hydrated as well. Don't drink it. See, Roger, that's why I wouldn't go to the pool with you. I'm not even going to repeat Roger's comment. Roger would embarrass me. He would think whatever swimming pool we went to, uh, was a nudist beach, and he'd disrobe. And I'll leave it at that. Lake Superior is the freshest. Well, Lake Superior is a little far, RJ. I'm not going to go up to Lake Superior to do my video. It's also the coldest and the deepest and the largest. And probably the furthest from here. But either way, it's fortunate to live there. Or live here and be living so close to the Great Lakes. I tell you, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty quickly, but I was surprised when I was out in Yellowstone that there is a Lake Yellowstone and how big Lake Yellowstone is. It's not as big as any of the Great Lakes, of course, but I think if you looked on a map, if you looked at a map of Wyoming, you would see it. Maybe if you looked at a map of the country, you would not see it. I don't know. But it's a big lake. And you see mountains on the other side. I'd say it's might be as big as Lake Tahoe. Maybe it's not as big as Lake Tahoe. It's probably not. But it's a really big lake. And you'd be surprised how big that lake is way up in the mountains. Wouldn't want to go swimming in there. It'd be really cold. They say, hey, Ken. Mav. Hey, Mav. Thank you for joining. Mav's here. Would I want to play on your softball league team tonight? Roger Leone he either wants to go swimming with me or have me play softball with him. Roger, it sounds like a nice offer. But I'm working tonight, plus my ankle is far from healed, so I cannot play on your softball league. Plus, I'll tell you what, I don't think I was never great at baseball. I wasn't even really good at baseball. It's hard when you're a kid, and because playing sports, are one of the things that get you into the cool club. And being good at sports almost ensures that you're one of the cool kids. And I wasn't ever great at baseball or basketball, despite being taller than average and reasonably athletic. So sometimes in my aspiration to being a cool kid, my head bumped in the glass ceiling that was my ability at baseball. However, another entryway into being a cool kid is just being fast. I don't know if there's any boys out here that remember being kids, but if you were a fast runner, it was certainly an entrance into the cool kid club. And I was always a pretty fast runner. Well, you guys are having a nice conversation, and I think it's awesome that you do. And we've had a nice conversation, and I'm finishing up my second cup of coffee on this Thursday morning, and it's about 7:10, and a lot of people's days haven't begun yet. Looking forward to FaceTiming my little boy and girl, Augie and Eve, in a little bit. Saying hi to them, having them blow some kisses to me. Looking forward to probably as soon as I get off and as soon as I share this video to other social media platforms, I'm going to probably get my laundry sorted out and figured out and find the laundry machines and get that started. And while the wash cycle is going, I might come up here and lay in bed and work on some videos. And I don't know, relax and watch a little CNBC and what's going on with the world. And then move my clothes over to the dry cycle and probably repeat, do more videos, and watch a little more CNBC and drink a little more coffee. Then head off to the gym and get a nice workout in. And look forward to working tonight. And the start of my day sounds great. And I know I'm going to be super productive. And I know I've got a good shift tonight where I'm going to work and get trained and learn how to do the job a little better, which is going to enable me to cover my multitude of financial responsibilities and kind of feel good about myself and feel some pride. And just really looking forward to my day. And had an awesome birthday yesterday. Uh-oh. Interesting. I just got a message from TikTok. Somebody asked, how many hours a week do I devote to my content creation? I don't have a set number of hours I devote to content creation. But the more I do, the more my audience grows. And although I'm a good waiter, I was a pretty good realtor, and I was a fairly decent stockbroker, and I'm skilled at a bunch of different things, I think God wants me to do this. And if I'm going to wait tables at night and make the money and cover my bills and cover my financial responsibilities and save for whatever dreams I have for the future, I'm going to continue to grow Coffee with Ken and enjoy that, and go live every morning and post some videos and have some go viral, and smile more than I cry today. And I'm going to enjoy my day. And I want to thank you so much for hopping on with me this morning. We've had a real fun audience. We've had a lot of interaction. I appreciate you guys for joining me on this Thursday morning. Again, the sun is shining. It's going to be a beautiful day. I'm going to be productive as heck today. And I'm looking forward to getting to it. And I'm hoping you're looking forward to getting to your day as well. Hope your week is going well. I hope you got a great night's sleep last night. Hope you're living in the moment, that you're feeling good, that you're loving yourself, that you're forgiving yourself. And I hope you have an awesome Thursday. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.